So you made some comments earlier on, didn't you, about that piece of film? You made some certain, Callum, you wrote things on there about that nice lady, didn't you? Right. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go back to what you wrote and ask yourself, was that thing that you wrote a judgment or an observation? Different coloured pen. Is it a J or is it an O? A J or an O? Let's find out what you put. So, hey, what we got then? Have we got, I wonder if we've got all observations, all judgments, or a bit of both? What have we got at the back over there? Kalisha, what have you got? Is it all J's, all O's, or a little bit of both? A mixture. What would you say? 50-50 or 70-30 or? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So 70-30, did you say, Andy? Okay, 70 observation, 30 judgment? Okay. And what have you got at the back there, gents? A mixture or all J's, all O's? 50-50? Okay. Folks in the middle, what you got? In favour of what? 60 judgment, 40 observations? Okay, that's fine. And gentlemen?
100% judgment.
Really? Wow.
Not proud of that. Not proud.
Proud of that one. You know, this is interesting because, you know, we're talking today specifically about behaviours, aren't we? And one of the challenges when we're talking about behaviours is that we can become judgmental very easily. And so what you've got, the revised behaviours, the best behaviours that we've got there, the language is more precise than it was previously to help you to be specific in your coaching, in the comments that you make. It's really, really important that you're conscious that the kind of commentary that you could make could easily be interpreted as judgmental. We don't want that. So the more you can work with the best behaviours, the revised approach, and work really hard to be specific and precise and objective, the more effective you'll find your fast coaching will be. Right? And some of the language I can see that you've got on there could quite easily be misinterpreted as judgmental. Yeah, and hats off to you. Chapeau for your honesty. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, what have you got?
We're very judgmental.
You're judgmental as well? And argumentative as well. Okay. All right, gents?
60-40 probably judgmental.
60-40 judgmental?
70-30 judgment.
70-30 judgment. Okay, we had an interesting, and have I asked you guys? No, what do you got? 50-50. We had an interesting chat here actually, Jamie, didn't we? Can you take us through, what was the conversation?
We were talking about whether her body language was a judgment from us or an observation.
So was the body language that we saw, was it the commentary that you made on it, was it judgmental or was it an observation? And what was the language you used to describe her body language?
We kind of agreed that she shielded herself from the customer when it kind of got confrontational about the lock and move on that.
Okay, she shielded herself during that conversation and kind of hid herself from the customers, right? But when you described that on your flip chart, what language did you use?
Judgment.
Yeah, and what did you say? Can you remember?
She just had poor body language.
Poor body language. That's what these guys wrote. She had poor body language. Now, you understand the nature of that? That is judgmental, isn't it? But notice how as you delve down from that surface structure, we, as good coaches, we've got to get beneath that stuff. It was fine. We've got to get beneath that. And when you get beneath it, what do we discover? What did you say, Jamie? She was doing what?
Yeah, we made it more factual.
Made it more factual. You were talking about specifically what it was that she did that caused you to say poor body language. Are you getting this? Poor body language, it's a judgment. You shielded yourself by placing your arm between you and the customer. That's a statement of fact. It's an observation. We can debate, we can explore that. So important. All right. It's learning, isn't it? We're all learning. That's what's going on here. Knowing what to do, though, is not the same as doing what you know.